Well, just getting back on a Gaylord. I got cut off with telephone call, which is fine. And I just got some Qdoba, because Qdoba is amazing. And I forgot, the one thing I forgot, at least so far that I can tell, was a flashlight and headlamp. So guess what I just bought? Went to Tractor Supply and got myself a flashlight and headlamp. Other than that, I feel pretty prepared. And I guess we'll just see how this goes. This is my first bear hunt of me hunting. I went along with a buddy for his bear hunt, and that was cool. So I'm excited to go back for mine. We're going to, well, I'm staying in Van Riper State Park, so like I said, and I'll be hunting what it sounds like to be northeast of, or northwest of Van Riper, or directly north potentially. So we will see how that goes. There's another couple that'll be there. So I guess we'll just see. Hopefully everyone gets along well and everyone's cool, and it'll all just be fun. So should be some interesting, maybe I'm going to try and make some content if I can. I can't really guarantee that I'll be able to self-film because of kind of all the monkeys are in the barrel for this one. So probably not going to try and hold a phone and film while I'm trying to make it count. That is a beautiful farm. Look at that. Wow. That is beautiful. Anyway, we'll see what we can do. There's going to be a lot of hanging out, and I brought some books, or I need to finish one book, and I'm going to start another one. I doubt I'll finish both of them, but I'm sure I'll finish one of them, because I tried to finish it before I left on the trip, because I always try and bring a trip, like a brand new book on a trip. Well, I didn't finish the one that I was reading, and I really was enjoying it, so I didn't want to start a new one. You guys who read probably know how that is. So I brought both, and I have some magazines, if I need to, some hunting magazines. So sounds like this time will be a lot of downtime, whereas last time we basically hunted, the guide wanted us to hunt, or him to hunt, every morning and every night, and my new guide, or the guide that I have now, is recommending evening only, which is fine with me. I wasn't, and I'm no professional, I'm no Randy Newberg here talking. I wouldn't know that much better. I mean, I'm just learning. I'm nothing fancy, so hopefully you guys watching this aren't like, well, we got a newbie talking about hunting. Well, I know my way around hunting, I just haven't drawn a bear tag yet, so this is the first one. So I just checked, I got my ammo, I know I have my guns, I know I have my bear tag, so based upon everything else that's layered in this truck, I ought to do okay. And I did remember my boots. I almost forgot my hunting boots, but didn't forget those. Even remember some Crocs to take to the shower, so isn't that what they're called? Those, slip-on shoes, Crocs, I think they're called. Whatever, they're really cool. So anyone who tells you differently, they're perfectly useful for going and taking showers in places where other people are taking showers. So that's good stuff. We have just a beautiful evening. As you can see, the phone is doing, honestly, a pretty good job of showing how beautiful this evening is. Even though it's cloudy, it's still very pretty. We'll probably be getting a sunset. If I could just keep it in the lane, I'm just looking around here, enjoying the scenery. I love it up here. I can't wait. It'll be just me, myself, and I, my truck, my gun, and my ammo. That's all that's going. So, and the tent. And I did bring a cot. I have a cot pad, and a sleeping bag, and an extra comforter to go underneath, potentially, and then I have a blankie to go on top, or maybe I'll put that on the bottom. I don't know. I expect to have a real comfy time there. Like I said earlier, I didn't bring my wood stove because I don't think I'm going to need it. Maybe I'll regret that. But worst case scenario, I can bundle up and wear some layers to bed. I guess we'll just see how this pans out. One of the things I just thought about that I didn't bring, and I should have brought, was a warm coat that isn't a hunting coat. I did not remember to bring either a hoodie or my warm jacket. Shoot. Well, I did forget something, so we'll see how much that penalizes me. Worst case, I can buy a hoodie or something at St. Ignace and have a real touristy hoodie to wear at the campground so I blend in. Maybe I'll just do that. I like just wearing hoodies, so. But I do have a warm hat in the truck that isn't a hunting hat. I think we'll do okay. I think we got what we need. Most of this crap will get out of the truck when we organize it. Food's going to stay in the truck so I don't have a bear trying to break into my tent at night. But all this hunting bags and whatever, I'll bring my scent lock-in bag hunting, and I'll throw my gear on when I get out. But other than that, a lot of this, obviously clothes bags and all that stuff will be out of the truck. And so yeah, I think we're in good shape. I got a pretty good handle on what's about to happen. I kind of know what's coming. Basically, the key to bear is patience. You want a broadside shot so that you can hit both lungs at the same time, and you want it through and through so that you do have a chance of blood on the off chance he runs. You definitely want to use a bullet that'll give you a through and through, not just compact down to nothing. So, what am I bringing? You're probably saying a 270 that shoots really well with 150 grain Winchester soft points. That should do plenty of bear medicine. And if I get put on a stand that has just some really gnarly terrain around it, like maybe a gully or something, just or a low like a cliff or anything weird like that, I brought my 375 H&H2, and the reason for that was just to anchor him right where I shoot him. So we'll see what the situation dictates. If both of them are good, obviously at 50 and 100, real good, and that's all you need to have when you're bear hunting. You're not, I'm going to a place where you couldn't shoot more than 100 yards if you wanted to, and more than 60 yards. There's so much undulation in the ground, you literally can't shoot that far or any farther. So it's real good at 100. I mean, the 375 in hunting conditions, as in sitting on a chair with shooting sticks, or I use it's a monopod that has little feet on the bottom. It's really nice. It's super light. Works really good. It works extremely well if you're going to hike in with it. This is really light. I can shoot at 50 yards. I can pretty easily shoot under an inch in the real world, sitting on a chair with a monopod. We're not talking a lead sled. We're not talking, and that's a terrible idea. I don't use a lead sled. No shooting bag, no bipod. I'm talking real world hunting situation. And at 100 yards, 375, I was putting down like inch to inch and a quarter, and the 270 basically the same. Both of them are capable of better, but that's also just showing my own error. And 100 yards is not a short distance. I mean, a lot of people say that they shoot 100 yards. I don't really think a lot of people know what 100 yards is. Now, obviously, if you're a steady shooter, you know what 100 yards is. But a lot of people who go out and take the deer rifle, they usually sight in for 50 flipping feet. Like, there's a 100 yards is a long ways, is what I'm trying to say. So we're talking precision of this at 100 yards in the real world, sitting on a chair, which if you guys shoot is not a comfortable shooting position, with the gun steadied on a monopod. Like, we're talking the same as hunting out of a ground blind. We're replicating the shot out of a ground blind. It's not as easy as going to range day and you're shooting on a bench. So we're talking real world stuff here. So yeah, my loadout is 270, and like I said, 150 grain Winchesters, and then I'm bringing, so they're both 300 grain. One load is Partition that shoots really well, and the other one is a Barnes TTSX. Again, shoots really, really stupid well. The Barnes ammo is really good. The Nosler bullet is in Federal ammo, and that shoots really well too. There's nothing wrong with it. I haven't really reloaded for 375 yet. I really would like to, especially after just doing the shooting that I was just doing. It's just a wonderful cartridge, super accurate. It's just a great cartridge, so I'm looking forward to doing some reloading. But the way YouTube is, I'm not a gun channel, and I don't want to make it so I can't be monetized someday. You know, I've said this before in other videos, a major part of my life is shooting, and at this point, hunting is a really major part of my life too. But I didn't make the YouTube channel to not have it monetized. I made it for, in the long run, it'd be nice to make some side cash off it, So I can't screw that up. So there's tons of really good reloading videos. So I don't see a need to duplicate what other people are doing. So yeah. But yeah, I haven't reloaded. I have reloaded for 270 quite a bit, but I am using a box load because it shoots really well. And they had on sale that new Winchester, it's a yellow box with a deer on it, and it's got kind of a commemorative look. It looks really cool. It's a good looking box of ammo. Now I realize the ammo in it is still just ammo, but it's a good looking box of ammo. So it's 150 grain soft point at 28, 75 or something. Yeah, it's plenty. I mean, that's a lot of payload. 150 at 28, 75 out of a 270. And that's a really high standard, or not standard deviation, a really high sectional density bullet. I mean, 150 grain with only a 277, that's a good bit of sectional density. So I don't know what it is. I think it's like 291 or something. It doesn't really matter. It's good. It's real solid sectional density for a black bear. So that should be a really good load for that. And obviously the 375 would be used if it was a situation where I wanted that thing on the ground and not moving it an inch, because that's what a 375 will do. So we're just kind of concluding our ride here. Like I said, I stopped at Tractor Supply and got some a headlamp and a flashlight. You need to charge up the flashlight. It's a rechargeable flashlight, and then the headlamp runs on AAA's. No big deal. I have plenty, and I didn't remember to bring them. So sometimes you just got to make it happen. We're probably coming up toward Black Lake and Indian River now. You're getting probably pretty close. I'm sure some of you either love the vlogging, I think it's called, like a video log of talking about stuff. I just make videos how I want to make videos. If people don't like it, then I'm sorry, and I guess I can't help you with that, but I just kind of make videos and talk. I like to talk, and hopefully it's entertaining to someone, so I try. I think we're up to like 78,000 views or something like that in total. That's a lot of different, presumably, usually a different person every time. That's a lot of people. Think about that's a football stadium of people. It's interesting. And I'm up to 150 subscribers, which is it's been a hard-fought battle, because getting people to subscribe is a hard-fought battle. If you would be willing to, it would make a huge difference to me. I really would truly appreciate if you would subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it takes as little as logging into your YouTube account and hitting subscribe, and you can do it for some other creators too, so that they're getting some subscribing as well. And feel free to comment, and with this video will be put together, I suppose, with if I can do any other hunting footage. If I do for some reason get some hunting footage, maybe it will be a separate video, and then we'll have like the camping and the preparation and the vlog kind of thing. I don't really put names to what I do. I'm not really that kind of person. I don't really do labels. I don't do what everyone else does. I kind of do whatever I do. So whatever this is what it is. If you guys are enjoying it, I appreciate it. I really, seriously, 100% do. Thank you for watching. There's been a lot of watch time lately. People are taking the time out of their day and watching it. There's lots of different videos on my YouTube channel, because I have, well, my friends say I lead 2 or 3 lives between family. I mean, I race sailboats pretty avidly. We did Mackinac this year. Port Huron to Mackinac race, took second. We were like 6 boat to finish. So I do that, and then I have, I suppose I have my professional career, and then I have my, I enjoy outdoor stuff. I like hunting and working on property and cutting trees down. I mean, there's not a lot of people who do kind of the whole gamut kind of like I do. I mean, I just kind of, my life has everything in it. Everything you could ever, say or do. Uh-oh. What did they do? Hit a deer? They were hugging. I don't know. We have a case right now where 2 people were in a fight on the side of the road, and things transpired, and it didn't go very well for the male individual in the situation. So you never know what's on the side of the road. So be careful when you guys are, driving down the road. Stay away from people on the side of the road. Get in the opposite lane. And I mean, I guess I should have probably slowed down, but not a lot of difference between doing 60 and 70. Speed limit's 75, so Or is it 70 a year? It should be 75. My GPS just hasn't changed over yet. Michigan changed their more rural highways to 75 to give it a try, as they should. 75 isn't even very fast when you're... Look at what's around us. Like, they can go a little bit faster. Maybe at night, tone her down. You wouldn't want to hit an elk at 75 or 80. That would really, really not be cool. But, I'm going to warm this truck up. I'm kind of chilly. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Anyway, so vlog aside, we're at 15 minutes of me blabbering, and sometimes I just enjoy it. I love making videos for you guys. So, seems like people seem to like the tractor compilation of pictures I put together for We're at a county fair, and it was really cool. So if you like old tractors, check that video out. People seem to really enjoy that. So it seems to have some pretty decent amount of views in a short period of time. So pretty jazzed about that. And this is going to be an interesting trip. I don't really have anyone to talk to, so I'm really just talking to you guys. This is going to be a really fun trip. I'm going to try and be safe and not hurt myself. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in really the deep woods. I mean, I'm going to the thickest, most remote, nastiest woods that Michigan has. It's probably akin to the foothills of the West. So obviously I got a little ways to go before I'm off camping 15 miles from the truck in in Colorado or Wyoming or Utah or Idaho or Montana or rural Arizona. We got a long ways to go before that, but we're getting there. That's the goal. Someday we'll get there, and that's the kind of stuff that can be put on the channel. So, like I said, I would absolutely love to do some reloading videos. I did make a B channel. If anyone's interested in reloading or shooting, I made a B channel called Out of the Peninsula. And no disrespect to you, Demolition Ranch. I think that your B channel called Off the Ranch is a really good idea. So I called mine Out of the Peninsula because, Michigan Peninsula, Out of the Peninsula. You guys decide. I think it's a pretty good name. So if you guys have any interest in either shooting or reloading videos posted on the B channel, which won't get monetized, comment and like this video and comment and tell me, post up some reloading or shooting videos, and I will be more than happy to do that. So that's kind of the first announcement of the B channel. I made that a while ago, and with intentions of doing maybe some reloading and some shooting, some long-range shooting, maybe some varminting, that kind of thing, some wintertime activities. If you guys are interested in that, please let me know. If you have any, recommendations or constructive criticisms, I'm always willing to listen. There's a range of people commenting positive things and some people commenting negative things, and I can't do anything about that. So just know it's kind of no skin off my chest if someone doesn't like something, because kind of a free country, and if you don't like it, then don't watch. If you do like it, I appreciate all of you, and I hope you all are doing well and staying healthy and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, I'm literally just talking to you guys because I'm alone in the truck driving with no one to talk to, and I like to talk. So anyway, I'm actually going to conclude this because it's just wearing on, because I can do that, and I can probably keep conversation going for hours. So you all take care of yourself. I'll splice this all together and see how she looks after this whole thing. I guess we'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in. Well, it's my turn, everyone. We are currently a decent ways up in the Lower Peninsula on a beautiful day. I have the AC blaring because it's 81 degrees today in Michigan, or at least in my area. I'm going to the upper for my bear hunt. Now, in about today is Saturday, the 10th, and by Friday next week, we'll either know if this was a triumphant opening video or an unsuccessful opening video, because that's when I'll probably be coming home from the bear hunt, based upon the fact that I can't get any more campsites after that, because I guess there's some festival or something going on up here. I don't know. There's some reason why the campground's totally full. They were saying something about something. So I have a spot from Sunday through Friday. So, well, not really through Friday. I have to be out of there on Friday, but at least I can pack up my truck and, go hunting that day. So that's kind of the plan. So I have a guide, and it is a different guide from when we went up. My buddy and I went last year for his bear tag. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, the guide had some medical issues that needed to be taken care of, and hopefully he's doing well. We are going to be using a different guide, like I said, and I hope that it all goes well, and I hope that I have really positive things to say. Right now, I'm pretty impressed based upon his taking his time to communicate with me before the hunt and this and that. I know what I'm getting into. I know where we're going, sort of, and what we need to have. I have a passenger seat full of provisions so I can cook for myself, and some Nutri-Grain bars and or Nature Valley bars, what the heck it is, and some other general stuff. I love these Stacy's chips. They're really good. Pita chips, just to have something salty and whatever. I got a cooler full of meat that's frozen, so it'll de-thaw as we go. I got some frozen water that act as obviously ice blocks, and a big giant jug of frozen water for drinking water. Now you can use, and I got water bottles, and I can get anything I need to up there. The location I'm going to is, well, the city. You may have seen the video that when we camped at Van Riper. That general area has a great Ishpeming has a great grocery store. There's a corner gas station in Champion that has everything you might need to have within reason: buns, brats, burgers, hot dogs, and maybe it's not fancy ground beef, but it's a burger nonetheless. And I have, let's see here, I got some cheese, I got some hunter sausage, I got some venison barbecue sticks from my local meat market that are really good. So yeah, things are going pretty good. We got enough stuff for a long time. I even got a new MyPillow, so I'm pretty jazzed about that. So I have a new MyPillow for the tent. I'll be tenting at a campground, which does have a bathroom and a shower. So I'm not being all sorts of, Bear Grylls and camping in the wild. So it will have some, honestly, it's going to be, I'm going to be living high in the hog. I got my insulated tent. I did not bring my wood stove because I don't think I'm going to need it. Looks like it's only going to get down into the mid-40s at night. And even if it did dip down into the 30s, I'm not too worried about it because I give off enough body heat and I have enough blankets that I'm not too worried about it. So hopefully we won't get too hot. I'm really more worried about being too hot. But they got a warm shower there to warm you up, and we're only going to be hunting in the afternoon, so we got the whole morning to build a fire and relax. I have everything I need to have. I even remembered my axe and my hatchet. I got fire starters because that's just so much faster. We're on a time schedule here. We can't be rubbing two sticks together and wasting that amount of time. You'd be surprised how long that takes. And no, I'm not trying to film this motorcyclist. I'm just trying to give you guys something to look at while I blabber. Man, dress for the ride, not the slide, guy. Man, you're in dress clothes. If you fell right now, you would be messed up. Don't do that. Dress for the ride, not the slide. Or wait a minute, dress for the slide, not the ride. That's what it is. That'll hurt. That'll really hurt. Sweet bite, though. Definitely want to avoid that. Someone is calling me. I will key this back on in a minute. I spent the night on Saturday night in St. Ignace because I couldn't get a campsite until Sunday at Van Riper. So I crashed the night here at this lakefront hotel. And it was really nice. I'd like to come back here sometime. It's a really pretty morning, and looking over at Mackinac Island right there. There was this huge tractor display going on. They had this event of crossing the Mackinac Bridge with tractors, so it was really cool to wake up and see a ton of tractors. So it was an awesome morning. Now, it was just me on this trip. I stayed in my Russian Bear Market tent, stayed warm. I didn't bring my stove, and the one night got down pretty cold. The night I shot my bear, it was down at 34 degrees as I was recovering the bear, but I stayed relatively warm. I had layers, as you can see. I had extra blankets and a nice sleeping bag, and when I first got up there, I made steak and rice, and this was the day before the season started, and I finished the night off by reading a good book and getting ready for the next day of my first day of hunting, which I wasn't successful on the first day or the second day. Didn't hunt in the morning, and so I basically hung around the campsite and did my own thing. So here we go. So if this isn't a good time to talk about the fact she just turned 50,000 miles, I don't know. Currently driving way back, probably 4 or 5 miles back on roads that look like this, with a washout right down side here, going bear hunting. And I have so kind of 50,000 mile impromptu review, just because this hill made me think, well, that's what my truck's been through for 50,000 miles. I mean, obviously not all of it, but a lot of general towing, exploring, off-roading, daily driving. Basically the worst life you could possibly put on a truck, between city driving, higher speed highway driving, and then higher speed highway driving just to come up and do things like this. I haven't had any trouble. I'm trying to think about if I've had anything replaced. When I get back from the bear hunting trip, my left front step bar, or my left step bar, is getting replaced, because it is the chrome appearance thing is kind of delaminated off, and it's not broke, works fine, but I figured make it get fixed while I have it under my ownership, you know. I mean warranty, under the time period for warranty. I'm just kind of going by landmarks here because I don't really have any cell service. Thankfully, my GPS is actually really good at giving me an idea of where I'm going. So, highly recommend the GPS. I can't think of any like major parts failures that have happened. I don't think any have. I had that fuel, that upper fuel bowl top and bottom replaced because they stress cracks. I highly recommend any of you guys with Power Strokes, you guys need to replace those as like a service. Regular service. It's gonna break, it's gonna catch on fire, and you're gonna hate your day. Just replace the dang things. They literally cost nothing. It's way more to pay shop time or your own time just to take them apart and put them in. The parts are cheap, the consequence is pretty bad. I was remarking just minutes ago that this truck could use better shocks. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna go with like a Carly backcountry kit was kind of what I was eyeing. The thing is, I don't want to lift it at all. I don't know if you guys kind of have that. I mean, I already have two of my Excursion and my Cummins are pretty tall. I don't need to have another lifted truck, and frankly, this thing's pretty dang high to get things in the bed anyway. So, I would love to find a solution that doesn't require me to lift it, because obviously the leaf springs are fine. Obviously the coil spring is fine. Yeah, so now another, I forgot about slowing down there. Now another couple miles, 3 or 4 miles of this. So, in other words, I've probably put this truck through more hell than most people buy a Lariat Ultimate Super Duty and put it through. It's pretty much been great. I don't think I've had any trouble. The only weird thing it does occasionally is when I put it in reverse or forward sometimes. If I do it too quick, I've noticed I kind of get quick on the switch and I pull, I'm sitting in park, fire up the truck, and I just pull it right down into gear, just because I kind of have a fast, I don't know, I'm just speedy all the time. It's just something I do. You need to wait for a minute, not a minute, wait for another 4 seconds and let the line pressure build up so that it does go into gear. I've noticed a couple times that it'll hang up if it doesn't have enough line. I think that's what it is. It won't drop into gear, and then if you, for instance, give it some gas, you build up line pressure really quick and basically, neutral drop it. I've done that a couple times by accident most of the time when I'm in a rush. So I recommend, if you have a 6R140 and if it does that, you may want to just give it a second. Like, I need to tell myself all the time, it's not a friggin' drag race. You don't have to hit it, start it, and rip it down into gear. So, let's see if we can do this in 2-wheel. I might need 4-wheel. I mean, they're roads, but they're not roads. They're forestry access roads, and probably old wellhead roads. But anyway, I kind of figured it'd be a good time to do this. That was my guide right there, and I figured it'd be in bad taste to be filming as I rolled up to him, because he doesn't know if I'm showing someone else how to get back here or where I'm at or whatever. So I just cut it off. Figured it was the best form to just cut it off. But yeah. So it's been good. Literally just turned 50K, and we'll have quite a bit more adventures and whatnot. But like I said, I think the one thing that I think could use, the shocks on here weren't that good, and I use this thing in a bit excess of what it was designed for in the first place. So it probably wouldn't kill it to have stuff that's more meant for what I'm doing. The problem is, like I said, I don't want to lift it. Oh, that was a big hole. hard to see. You're so dang tall in the first place. Getting back to what I was just saying, you're so tall up in here, it's hard to see, you know, what you're looking at in the first place. So that's the gist. But anyway, thank you all. I appreciate your time tuning in. Hopefully, I mean, I guess there wasn't that much information. If you own a Super Duty, it's pertinent to you. Or if you're looking at buying a used one, I mean, this thing's been great. It gets good fuel economy. I mean, this tank sucks, but I've been idling back doing this crap for 40 miles. You know, they've done this twice now. It's almost 20 miles each way. I'm sorry. It's almost 20 miles in total, leaving where I'm camping to coming back here. So it's a bit of a hike, and it's basically the worst possible fuel economy situation you can have. I haven't really been idling that much, and also too, I think the fuel quality up here kind of sucks because I had an 18 mile a gallon tank on the way up here that I got from the Clark station on M24. And then as soon as I got fuel in St. Ignace, it kind of sucked. I actually take that back. Wait a minute. Did I get fuel in St. Ignace? Yeah, I did. Yeah. So it kind of sucked. Like I was getting like 16 and a half. Going slower. I was doing 75 the whole way up here. So 70, 75. So fuel quality, right now, fuel quality is kind of all over the board because of our shortage situations and other self-inflicted problems that we have in this country. So if you guys are seeing a fuel economy drop, it's probably because your fuel sucks. So let's just get through it together and, you know, on with it another day. God, the lake over here is just so beautiful. I don't know if I can get you to see that. Oh. But like I said, this is about as hard as you can be on a road-going truck, and I'm sure she'll take it just fine. So far, I absolutely love these Nitto trail grapplers. They seem to work exceptionally well in all conditions, on-road, off-road. I love them. I will buy these tires again. Huge fan. I think they're wearing pretty good too. I think I have coming up on probably a little bit over 8,000 miles on them now, and they, you know, they probably show somewhere, but like it certainly isn't anything to like start thinking about, oh my god, is it wearing too fast? So I think we're in pretty good shape. But that's kind of the gist of it. I've taken probably now 10 minutes of your time, so hopefully you guys kind of get the picture of what this truck has been through, and if you're in the market for one or you're worried about your own, that kind of thing, well, give you a bit of an idea. Like I said, I think I've said this before. Oh, that's down there. I think I said this before when I first started my channel, why I got this truck. I always dreamed I could have owned my Excursion and been the first owner. Knew everything that ever happened to it, took care of it, and then I have that with this truck. Like, I know everything that's happened to it. I've been the one taking care of it. I know what maintenance has been done. I know what hasn't been done, which isn't very much. Probably wouldn't kill it to get some new diff oil this wintertime and transfer case oil. I don't think it's really seen any water, but it certainly seems seen some moisture. I mean, the humidity in Michigan is terrible sometimes, so it's certainly seen some humidity. So anyway, I'm going to cut it off, and hopefully this was helpful to somebody. Have a great day. There's a moose right in front of me. That is a moose. Oh my god, come on, come in. There is a moose in front of me. There is a moose. Sorry, buddy, I'm not trying to change. Oh, there's his butt. Oh, can you see him? My headlights suck. There he is right there. Please don't run into my truck. See him? Oh, there he goes. I did it. About a 180-pounder came in at about 8:16, and he literally came bombing down off of a cliff, right into the bait pile. And him circling the bait pile gave me enough time to kind of get my nerves together. And the 270 let loose right at 8:16, and perfect broadside. He came right into the bait pile, circled it. Like I said, it gave me time to kind of get myself together, and I already had the gun on the monopod. Like, I was ready to roll the whole time tonight. I sat for 6 hours, a little over 6 hours before I shot. I got out at 2, and he got shot at 8:16, and well, that's all she wrote. The 270 went right where I put it, like exactly where I had the crosshairs, where that bullet hit, and it had a blood trail, let me tell you, and he only went 20 yards. That 150 grain Winchester soft point is no joke. It was perfect. So I'm just driving out. I'm still a long ways from, I'm in the middle of nowhere. But I probably got another 10 miles of this to go. But yeah. So day 3, I got another 2 days to relax, or you know, I got another, let's see here, today's Wednesday, so I got Thursday night. Oh wait, god dang it. I got Wednesday night and I got Thursday night, and I leave on Friday. So I got a couple days to relax. I'm gonna eat some Cuban sandwiches at Jersey's. I'll probably have it damn near every day because I absolutely love Cuban sandwiches. And Jersey's has the best Cuban sandwiches ever made, period. So I will be hammering some Cuban sandwiches, which I haven't had time to do because I've been hunting continuously. But the guide was absolutely frigging phenomenal. Dan the Bear Man Patrick. If I can get a picture of his card, I'll put it in with the video. But it was absolutely awesome. Like, I literally was it just made my head spin how long I had to sit in silence. It was so silent out there today. My ears started, like, not ringing, like, not tinnitus ringing, but, like, they were just searching for some noise. Like, sometimes the squirrels would shut up, and it would just be absolutely deafeningly silent up here. So that was pretty cool. Gave me a lot of time to think and a lot of time to worry if I was going to put this together. There's some October Halloween thing going on at the state park that I'm staying at, and basically there is no spots this weekend. So I put it together tonight on Wednesday, and that means that we are good to go, boys. I am frigging excited. So yeah, now I gotta climb my way out of this place. So yeah, hopefully I gave all the details. It was Winchester, the yellow box with the sweet, you know, design on it, the new kind of limited edition box they have. Let me tell you, it put in the work. I saved my bullet, I saved the cartridge casing, and the guide who's going to be processing it, my guide, is going to save the bullet if he finds it. I think it, you know, I didn't even look to see if it was a through and through. I think it was, so I don't think he's going to find the bullet. But the blood trail was just unbelievable. Like, directly behind where I hit him was just a splatter of blood on a fern. Like, a literal splatter. Like, someone took a, like, I don't know, like you see in the movies, a splatter. So yeah, we're in real good shape. I shot true, I kept my nerves in check, and we put it together. We made it happen. So we are leaving the Upper Peninsula successful. I wish I would have been able to film it, but this is my first bear hunt. I can't self-film my first bear hunt. I'm doing the best I can here, guys. So yeah, we'll have pictures. We'll have, you know, so my drive up here talk gets to good use now. We'll put together a little video, and maybe we'll make some videos just relaxing tomorrow by the campfire and eating some steak. I got 2 more or 3 more steaks left. I got some chicken left, so I make chicken sandwich. See, here's the problem. I can cook. I'm a good cook. So, like, I really want my Jersey's Cuban, though. It's so good. Like, I can't even tell you. Like, I can't even... They have this macaroni, too. Oh, my God. There's nothing better than either, like, a barbecue, like, related sandwich or, like, a Cuban and macaroni. Oh, I can make some good macaroni, too. But I am way off the radar here. So we are now just reaching the, like, road, which is not a road. It's still a forest road. But at least we're off this 2-track. My only real worry back here was popping a tire. I don't have any spares besides my factory spare, and this truck would look really stupid with 0 offset set of wheels on all but one, and then stock Steely on the other one. It would look stupid. Sorry, I'm going to censor it for family reasons. No, I am just absolutely so jazzed. So yeah, we'll put some pictures up, and so yeah, we did it. Freaking did it, boys. Thank you for watching. And it'll probably be more after this, but I don't care. Please remember to like and subscribe, because as I become a better hunter, which I am not a good hunter, but at least I had some success here, maybe we'll get some hunting on the channel too. So as I become a better hunter, which like I said, I'm learning. I'm trying to learn. I didn't grow up in a hunting family, so I have to start from zero. And I'd say a good bear kill under great circumstances is not a bad way to start out, or not start out, but add to it. So thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day.
That night I made a quick meal of bacon, steak, and some noodles from a can. It wasn't very good, at least the noodles weren't, but it was a good meal to end that evening. Before I went home, I had to stop at my favorite restaurant up there, Jersey's, and get my favorite Cuban sandwich and some macaroni. It was amazing.
Well, I made that video about 50,000 miles, and while we're at 50,608, getting close to home here, we got 976 miles on this trip. Been driving 22 hours, and I've only been gone. How long have I been gone? Today's Friday, and I left on Saturday, so I've been gone 6 days. Right? Yeah. I've been gone 6 days, bear hunted for 3, drove for almost 24 hours. Needless to say, I'm pretty tired. Slept in a tent. The one night was down to 34, and I didn't bring my wood stove because I didn't think it was going to get that cold. And it honestly wasn't that bad. I just kind of dressed warm, and that kind of was the way it was. So yeah, needless to say, I'm pretty tired. It's 9:37 right now, and I am ready to get home. I only have a little ways left. Still got to get the hide put away in the freezer. I think I'm going to leave the meat in the coolers tonight because I want it to thaw a little bit so I can cut it up into manageable pieces to freeze in separate bags tomorrow. So I guess we'll see how that goes. But I'm pretty exhausted, I'm not going to lie. I haven't had any coffee today. I've hardly had any coffee on this trip. I ate at out to breakfast twice because it was, well, the one was after I got the bear, and the one was the day before that because I was really cold when I woke up and I wanted some coffee. And then naturally, the night that I got my bear, it was even colder. It was 34 degrees that night, and when I woke up, I was pretty juiced still from getting the bear the night before, and I was cold. So I had some coffee. I didn't bring any coffee beans with me to make some cowboy coffee. I was going to, and then I didn't stop at any assorted coffee bean seller. Could have been Kroger, could have been McDonald's, could have been Timmy Ho's or Big B or whatever. You can just get coffee in a bag. You just dump it right in the water, heat it up, and then you pour some cold water in, and the cold water settles the coffee down to the bottom. And thus you have cowboy coffee. It's really good, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so the trip's over. It's been a really fun 6 days. Tomorrow would be 7. Should have stayed another night. But I was ready to get home. I got to take care of the bear. I got to get caught up on work and all the other sort of things that adults have to do. And I'm looking forward to getting some sleep. Last night there was a pretty wild thunderstorm up there, basically all night. It rained, poured all night. It was a pretty crazy thunderstorm. So I got woke up several times between the rain beating onto the roof of the tent and also thunder, lightning, the whole shebang. Didn't have a problem. It wakes you up. You try to sleep through it, and sometimes you get a good crack and it wakes you up. Or sometimes you have a change in the... one of the things in sailing that I've learned is things change when there's a change, if that makes any sense. So if it's pouring, just pouring, and it stops, you need to get your ears on a swivel and think. Because the weather, when there's a sudden change like that, that's usually when either the wind's going to die or the wind is going to start blowing like crazy. Those changes in the status quo, or like the wind is blowing hard, let's say, and suddenly it dies, and you're about to get dumped on with rain, or you go from getting, no rain to getting dumped on, and the wind's going to shift directions. There's always a change when there's a change. So you hear the rain pouring, and then it stops, and you're like, uh-oh, what's going to happen now? Or it hasn't been raining, and suddenly it just starts flipping pouring, and again, your brain is like, or my just years and thousands of miles of sailing, when there's a change, it gets my brain going. So it woke me up quite a few times. So needless to say, it's been a long trip. It's been an awesome trip, but we're going to call her quits. Hopefully what I've made in terms of videos is A, interesting to somebody, and B, makes sense when I put it together. I'm running mostly sleep deprived all the time, and mostly ear to ear from one problem to the next. I mean, I literally sighted in my gun the day before I left on this trip, because I can't leave anything alone, and I always got to optimize everything and move scopes around and change this and change that and change the rings, and I can't leave anything alone because it's a curse, let me tell you. But anyway, hopefully those of you that have watched the video have enjoyed it. And, yeah. So, if you enjoyed hearing about the bear hunting trip, which I think I narrated pretty well what happened, and what I was planning on doing, I think I made, if I remember correctly, I made several installments of this. Then when I put this together and it makes sense, everyone will be happy. Hopefully, you guys find that entertaining, and if you'd be so kind as to like and subscribe to my channel and like the video, if you know what I mean. It makes a huge difference to YouTube creators to have you guys voice that opinion, because it gets the video out to other people, and being subscribed means that you will get notified when there's a new upload. So I am hugely appreciative to every like, every subscribe, and every comment that people make, because it takes time out of their day to do that and helps me out, and I really appreciate it. So that is the gist, and thank you all for tuning in, and have a awesome beginning of hunting season. We are just around the corner from, at least in Michigan, October 1st is opener of bow season in Michigan. Our duck and goose season has been pushed back to the 15th, God knows why, of October, so we're going to be waiting a while to go duck and or goose hunting, which really sucks, or stinks. Yeah. Hopefully you guys have some seasons coming up for you. It's getting that time of year, so it's exciting. Get into the woods. I've already had a lot of time in the woods, so like, what is that? 18 hours or so in the woods so far for bear hunting. It was a nice 18 hours, let me tell you. It was relaxing. There were periods of time where I didn't move a muscle. Literally move a muscle for an hour and a half. Literally just sat there silently, just staring forward. So you get a lot of time to think about life and think about how lucky we are to be Americans and to be alive and to be healthy It's good to be alive. I'm proud to be an American. I hope you guys are too. It's an amazing country, a beautiful nation. Get out and enjoy it, everyone. Have a great day and night, or whatever you're watching this on. Midday, afternoon, lunch, your break at work on the crapper, whatever. Have a great day.